Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel. I appreciate you coming back. This is Old Stream episode number 8, and you'll be watching this on the 22nd of December, and I sure hope you got your Christmas shopping done, because you're getting closer and closer and closer to the magic day. And of course Santa is watching, and that's one of the things that he watches, is to make sure that you've got your Christmas shopping done. So we are going to, in the last episode we harvested, and so this episode we need to replant, and so we're going to jump in our Massey over here and go up and grab our seeder, and hopefully we have enough seeds to handle this job that we need to do. Let me reset my track IR. Okay. Hopefully we do. I don't actually know, to be honest, what our seed inventory is. I do know though that all the seeds that we happen to own are in the seeder. So if the seeder doesn't have enough seeds to handle this particular job, then yeah, we will be taking a trip to the store to get some more seeds. So let's see what we have. 1,597 liters of seeds. So I think that will possibly be enough. Let's just kind of go through and see what we want to potentially plant. I think we will go back with canola in that field. We're gonna plant we're gonna plant what we harvested, replant what we harvested. I still have those other cedars here that I've been sort of testing. Just sort of ignore those. I did get rid of the Fent 1000 just because it's just too big of a tractor for this map. I was really just playing around with it on this map, just sort of off camera. I don't think I ever used it on camera. I got excited when I saw the review that Eustace Pharmer did on both the Fent 1000 as well as the Fent Challenger. The 1000, from what I understand, and maybe unless I misunderstood Eustace's video, the 1000, the green version, is more or less what you see here in the US, and the yellow Challenger, the green version is what you see most commonly within the UK and in Europe and such. The yellow Challenger version is the version that would be seen or sold here in North America. So unless I completely misunderstood that, remember, I'm an IT guy. I'm not a real life farmer. So while I do research farm things, and I was actually looking at the history of Ford tractors, which is quite interesting, just the other day. I'm not in that industry, so I'm not living and breathing. I can tell you what the latest and greatest servers and professional laptop and desktop hardware and monitors for the corporate environment and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily know all of that stuff about farming. So let's see. Yeah, we're going to do canola here. We'll go ahead and lower our seeder, and we'll go ahead and turn it on. And we'll just, what we're going to do is we'll just seed until we run out, and then go to the store and get some more, or yeah, we'll have enough. I don't know. We'll just have to kind of see. We'll just do a headland around here first. Get us kind of orientated here. This is a little bit of an odd-shaped field. Just figure out which is the best direction to potentially go. I will say, I realize that most cases we would do our headland in seeding last. I'm doing it first. It'll all work out in the end just fine. So I'll try to get that camera angle moved up there. hope everyone's doing fine. Hope everyone is having a ball on your virtual farm. I know I am. Doing old streams, doing Goldcrest Valley. Oops. Let's just kind of, I should have lifted the cedar. Sorry. Hopefully we didn't break anything. But anyway, hope everyone's having a good time on your virtual farm. I know I am. Between the two series, it's keeping me busy. But yeah, I'm having a good time. All right, we'll kind of see what we're going to do here. Maybe this will be big enough here. Enough room. Again, I realize, don't scream at me. Don't scream at me for doing my headland first. Should be all right. I wasn't 100% thinking when I started. I'm sorry. It's early in the morning. That's my story, and I'm gonna stick to that. It's early in the morning here. It's I'm recording this episode on the 17th of December. And let me tell you, it is about -7 degrees outside, and there's about 5 inches of snow on the ground in Denver, Colorado. And I'm not planning on doing much of anything today other than doing a little farm sim here on the virtual farms. I'm guessing we'll probably have to venture out to the grocery store at some point later this morning. It's quite early. It's just now 7 o'clock. I've been up for about an hour and a half, but have been doing a few other things. You know, checking the forums, responding to some comments and stuff. And I am gonna. By the way, I'm gonna read comments. You know, it's starting to get to a point, thankfully, and I love it. By the way. It's starting to get to a point that you guys are commenting. I'm gonna put another. Well, no, I'm not. Sorry. I was gonna put another headland in there. I'll touch this up after the fact. Anyway, it's getting to a point, and it's a good thing. It's getting to a point to where that getting some good comments on the episodes. And I thought that, I thought I'd read those out as they come in. And I'll try to keep it where I'll keep the comments, based on the series. So in other words, I'll read comments for old streams, and then I'll read comments for Goldcrest Valley, like that during those series. That way we don't get things confused. I think for the most part right now, I think the same folks are watching both series. I don't think that I have I don't think I have an individual or a group of individuals who are only watching Goldstream, and a group of individuals who are only watching Goldcrest and old streams. But anyway, one of the questions that I had that I will just go ahead and address in this episode, and I think the comment was left in the old streams video, and I think it was just maybe a recent episode that I released just this past week, the week ending 16 December, was, why do I bale grass? And I'm not sure who asked the question. I think it was Tyson. I'm sorry, I don't have the notes in front of me. I will get better at this, and I will have the actual comments and the person's name who left the comment. I just happened to remember that this was one of the questions that I had received last week, and it was more or less again directed towards, why do I bale grass? Well, and I know that for the perspective of sheep, I could easily feed them loose grass. Anyway, from the perspective of sheep, I could cut and feed them loose grass. But especially on this map, there's no real easy way of storing it. Of course, I could pick it up with a forage wagon, which we actually own, and I could dump it, because you can dump anywhere in Farm Sim 17. So, unlike in 15 where we couldn't do that, you can certainly dump anywhere in Farm Sim 17. So we got that option, and I'm just going to make this one here a little easier on myself, and then scoop it, and then feed it. But I suppose that's a little bit of extra effort. Not that I mind the extra effort. We play the game however we want to play it, and so I certainly don't mind it. There's extra effort in the fact that of baling it. That requires a little bit of extra steps. It would be much easier on the front end of the whole grass processing to just mow it and rake it and collect it, or even just mow and collect at the same time if you just use the front end mounted mower. But I suppose it is just in the storage aspect of it. It's, to me, in my mind, the way that I think and the way that I'm sort of managing this farm is that it's easier for me to collect the grass bales and to go ahead and store that in bale form. And then that way, when I need grass, because I need grass obviously for the sheep and I need grass for the cows, I will have that in bales, and I can just basically grab a bale with my skid steer in this map or in the telehandler in Goldcrest, and off we go. And the animals are fat and happy and all that good stuff. So that's why I bale grass. I suppose the question for some of you guys and gals that may know a little bit more about rural farming than what I do is, is baling grass, is that even done at all? Obviously, the game allows us the ability to do that. And of course we can bale grass, and grass, any grass which is baled remains grass. So there is that. We tested that back on Goldcrest Valley because, again, I was kind of looking into the ability to store the grass for my role-playing gameplay in that series. In Farming Sim 15, and I think I mentioned this in Goldcrest when we were sort of messing about with the grass, and I was prepping to go ahead and bale that. In 15, I know there was a mod that was basically, I think it was something like no tedder or something like that. In any event, the whole concept of the mod itself was the fact that you didn't have to tedder the grass before baling it to make hay. And so, but in 15, baled grass stays grass, and baled hay is hay, and straw is straw, and you can make silage out of baled grass and baled hay, I believe you can make silage out of hay. I don't. I think the only time that I've The only time I think I have belled, grass to make silage was in the very early days of Goldcrest. Well, at least in recent history, the very early days in Goldcrest on 17. Before sort of the reset, before, if you guys watch that series, you know that the boys, Billy Bob, Jim Bob, and Stan were trying to clear some rocks there on Goldcrest, and they put more dynamite in the ground than what they should have, and blew the whole thing to smithereens. And so we had to rebuild, and so we hired an architect, Stevie, that came in and redesigned our main farm, and brought in our dairy cows from far away. Anyway, I had done some round baling and silage wrapping in that early series, and so yeah. All right, so I will now just sort of take care of some of these little spots here. I'm not going to worry about the corners too much. If I used Courseplay to do this field, those corners would obviously, Courseplay sort of leaves some corners, and so let's just go ahead and do this. And again, I'm raising my hand. I'm raising my hand, guys. I know I made a faux pas there with my how I started seeding this thing. So let's go ahead and fold this up, and we'll go out this direction and come in back into the farm through the front. What I'll probably do is I'll probably seed this field here, field number 1. I'll probably do that off camera. Again, I'm trying not to duplicate a whole lot of stuff. It's tough on a map this size, just because I don't have as much. I don't have as many cows. We've got almost 200 head of cattle on Goldcrest now, because well, they've been reproducing, and we actually bought some more cows. And so there's a little bit more to do in that series than there is in this one, even though there's still stuff to do. But I just don't want to duplicate the efforts. I don't want to, I was actually thinking about harvesting a field up north of here, field number 6, I believe it is. But since we harvested last time, I decided, nah, we'll do something else. So I'm just going to drop this rig here, and we are going to we'll hop out and we'll run down and we'll grab our New Holland here. And let's go ahead and just drop that bucket right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go get some seed, because we'll eventually need some seed here at some point in time. And I think I have some forks here. And I do. All right. And maybe, just maybe, I can back up to this trailer here without making too big of a mess. I'll get it square with the world here eventually. There we go. Let's see if I can back up a smidge. For anyone who doesn't know, a smidge is a measuring term that indicates a very small but unknown amount, or at least that's how I kind of think of it. Alright, we'll get back in the cab here and we'll head up to the store and we'll get a couple of things of seed. Because again, we're going to need it. We are going to need it. So how's everyone liking the sort of new time format, or new, I guess, time installment, or whatever however we want to maybe call it, with regards to both Goldcrest and of course this series we've always kept under 30 minutes, or around 30 minutes I should say. Is that working out perhaps better for you? Hopefully so. I think I've only recorded maybe 2 episodes of. You have to kind of watch this corner here, because there's some crazy drivers that come down off that hill and do a really odd maneuver and make a right turn, and boy, they will mess you up if you're not careful. So let's see if we've got do we have our trailer out of the road? Yeah, it's good enough there. We'll just they know us pretty well in here, and we'll just block their driveway. And we will go in, let's see, we need to go in the front door, because, well, we're good customers, so we get to go in through the front door. So we need some seeds, and I love these big bag seed bags here. These are just fantastic. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to get, we'll pick up 2 of these. Yeah, we'll get 2 of those. Oops, didn't mean to turn that on. And yeah, so we've got 2 big bags there. We'll get in on this side of the tractor. Now, of course, I could pick these big bags up with this auto loading trailer. There's a couple of headers that I'm testing there for these guys. Back up just a little bit and see if I can pick these guys up. Not those guys, not those headers. These guys, these seed bags. If you're lucky, and I'm not always lucky, but if you're lucky, you can get a fork through the handle there and grab these. And of course, you can do 2 at a time. I've got enough weight on the back end of this tractor where I can lift 2 of these seed bags, but I won't do that. I like these seed bags because of that hook, and I think because maybe, just maybe, they're a little bit more realistic, the seed bags. I don't know. Of course, their fertilizer bag says UK on it, but hey, we get our fertilizer from the UK even though we are in France, because, well, that's just what we do. We know a guy who knows a guy who knows another guy. Hopefully I didn't poke a hole in our fertilizer bag, but got it. So a couple of seed bags here will do us quite proud. That should be enough to basically probably get everything. We'll put these over the axles just to help with things. And let's just go over here and we'll hook back up to our trailer. There's another gold nugget. There's a couple of gold nuggets here in the parking lot. There's one over here in these oil drums, and then there's a gold nugget over there in the corner, and then there's one on the other side of the fence there. So if you're collecting gold nuggets on old streams, I've just told you where 3 are. And we'll lower our forks and we will just jump out and strap these guys down because we can. I think we can, unless it's gonna, yeah, these, oh no, they will work from in cab. If you try to strap them down in cab, and I don't have that in the right place, but that'll work. It'll just strap the straps down to the top of the trailer, and it won't actually strap the whatever the material is. And just so you know, one strap basically will suffice for locking everything down to the bed of the tractor, so, or the trailer. So even though that back seed bag doesn't have the strap over it, it's locked in because the first bag has a strap, and it doesn't even, the straps don't even have to touch. That's just cosmetic. The locking mechanism is just turned on basically via one strap. So that's why, if you've ever encountered this, and I believe in like the very first time that I attempted to mess about with the locking straps and everything, I went and purchased a couple of different things, and this was before we had the auto-loading trailer or auto-loading script. I went to the store there in Goldcrest Valley. It was in the early season, and I purchased like some straw bales and some fertilizer and maybe some pig food. And I thought, well, I'm going to be smart about this, and I'm going to basically, I'm strapping everything down. And so I get back to my farm, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to unload the fertilizer here, but the pig food I'm going to take over to the pigs. And so I basically unstrapped the fertilizer and left the pig food strapped, thinking, okay, not a big deal. I will just, that way I don't have to restrap them down. Well, if you've got one thing strapped, everything is locked down. So if you're struggling to get something off your trailer, make sure that you have all of your straps undone, because if there's a single strap that's tied down, so example, if I come up to this strap here and I undo this strap, so I undo that strap, okay, I'm not going to be able to lift these bags off the trailer. The trailer will lift up with the pallet forks. So I have to come down, and I have to also, come on. There you go. You have to undo both of them, all of them. So there you go. All right, folks, well, we are at our magic number of 30 minutes, and what I will just go ahead and do is offload these bags. You've watched me load them. I will just offload them, and I just want to say that, you're going to see, you may see me do things manually sometimes, like I did just now, loading the seed bags on the trailer, and then again, like in an episode or so before this one, an older episode of old streams, you saw me loading some hay bales or grass bales using the auto loading script. So I will mix things up. It's not that I cheat or anything like that. It just kind of depends on how I feel and what we've got to do and the time that we have to do it in. And to me, the auto loading functionality just really simulates, for me in the gameplay, it simulates having someone else doing that for us. So that is that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will continue to watch and all of that good stuff. Let me just, I'm very thankful that you all are watching and subscribing, but do please take a few minutes to like, comment, and also subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it, and it really does help motivate all of us. It's not just me. It helps motivate everyone. Also, please take a few minutes and check out some other fantastic YouTube channels of some friends of mine, including Eustace Pharmer, Mr. Species7, TBF Gaming, Multi-Mikey123, Reefy 1952, The Bipolar Prophet, and Shawnee B31. You'll find the links to their YouTube channels in my featured channel list. Finally, before I go, please take a few minutes to visit the PCSG and the Three Dudes Gaming Network communities. These are excellent online communities where some of the best simulation gamers hang out and contribute, answer your questions, provide help, all of that good stuff. I'll see you there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye now.